I guess it's good to say good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Mean I'm an agent here of God on earth in the midst of all humanity that rest here in Whitbeard, Minnesota, and United States of the earth. To remind you that God is the answer and all other is a non-answer. I was reminded this morning when I was awakened by I heard this young lady. She comes on YouTube, I believe, and maybe some other outlets, and she indicates that she's a lawyer. She has done extensive work in the area, and she used to be in charge of making sure that people who applied for a pardon didn't violate rules and regulations as far as the release had gone. And she found out that she was given an instruction to issue a release to a gentleman, and she refused to do it. And as a consequence, she was relieved from her duty. But rather than just say, okay, well, I go back or go somewhere and sit down, she decided to use, according to her, to use her expertise to keep us reminded about stuff that's going on in the government that we do not understand because they only tell us, and when I say us, I'm not just talking about black people, I'm talking about all people. They only tell us enough to keep us in the place so they can keep on making fools out of us. And that's what they're doing. And so she was telling us that the reason that the Supreme Court of the United States of America, you know what the Supreme Court of the United States of America is, allowed Donald Trump to run all over us, the people of this country. And I know you've been asking, how can this happen? Can't somebody stop this? And it appears as if whatever is going on, seems like ain't nobody stopping. Somebody might be able to slow it down. And if they want to get it started back, they can get it started back. But they're not ready to stop it. Why? Because it works. These people who are for the Supreme Court, 20, 30, some of them might have 40 years of above the law. Now you did not supposed to be a law, but if you got no ethics, you told people you had some. They believed you had some, but that was just a trick to fool them till you got in power. Then the next thing you connect yourself to all the people that got everything you wish you had, and they say, "Oh, here we got us. Our door is open now." So all they got to do is feed you what you want, money, and you will do anything they want. Sometimes you have to take time because you can't lose your petty bear too early. But this is why it happens because they like being wealthy, and the wealthy are taking care of them. And we, the people, we're just a tool that's being used to pretend like they got a job. They ain't got no damn job. They're not looking out after us. That's just fronting. And Donald Trump and those who don't give a shit about other people going around doing any damn thing they want. And you, the rest of the people, wonder, how in heaven that happen? How can it look like, well, didn't democracy build up some kind of way that would protect us from this kind of stuff? And of course, they thought the Constitution did it. They just didn't realize that just putting something on paper and tell somebody, say, do you swear? Yeah, I swear. That don't mean a goddamn thing. I'm saying you thought it did. People who got character, people who got uh, some sense of decency, it matters. But you got no decency, it doesn't matter. And that's what's happening in America today. There's no decency. How in the world, in your lifetime, a president of the United States can go out and start instructing people to go out and kill political opponents? Can you believe that? Kill political opponents. How in the hell did Donald Trump get enough nudge to open his mouth up and say, go kill my opponents? You would think God would knock the shit out of him. But no, God let that motherfucker keep right on walking and tell the American people, you stop him. And the Supreme Court said, well, don't mess with my Easter egg. Well, we don't know. We'll talk about it a little bit. But even if we let it get, we're going to bring him back and then we'll keep on playing the game because until we go, hey, we're above the law. We're the only people. We got, again, we have no ethics. We got nobody to check us. We check everybody. And they just as stupid because we already got them convinced that not only do we have the power, we're the righteous one. Well, I guess God used that message to wake me up this morning so I can come back and tell you that you've been lied to. I've told you this before, but you don't believe it because some of you think, I don't care what you hear, that you got it going on. You got it going on. Man, I'm always wishing that people have good time and good life. I'm always giving people. I see people hungry. It ain't nothing for me to just go stick them up and take them to the store and buy them some food so they can have something to eat. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And that man didn't go to the store and buy them some food. What the hell? They don't want you to buy them no food. What the hell you got to buy them some food for? How come they can't have to go get their own food? Or what disqualifies them that they can't go get food? And why you got to save it? You got to go help them. And why your help is going to be take them to the store and buy them something to eat? And then who's going to do it tomorrow? Friend down the street. And who's going to do it the next day? Friend down the street. But this is your expression of love. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You can think that you got it all together all you want. But anybody that ever requires help from you or help from someone and they don't get that help, y'all the most low down dirty MFs on the face of by all of them. They don't separate you from because you go to the church. When you see people poor, when you see people out there on the street, listen to me, I know you don't care, but listen. When you see people living on the tents, when you see people who don't have any place to stay in Minnesota, it's getting to be winter. I'm sure it's happening in other places too. And people are outcasts, and you think some God fearing people live around? Ain't no God people in there. It's some bullshit. People have lied to you. The same lie that they told you, watch out, white folks, watch out for them niggas, because they coming to take what you got. Or watch out for those who you making 30,000 and they making 20, they coming at your butt. You better be careful. Anything to keep you separated. Why? Because it keeps them alive. It keeps them in power. And we have a system that's not founded on love and joy. It's founded on money and guns. Money and guns. Money if you listen to us and let us run your lives, and kill your ass if you don't. And who gonna protect you? So you say, well, when they say God is gonna return, Jesus is gonna return and straighten us up, that was sufficient enough for you. You bought into that shit forever. Jesus ain't come back and did nothing for you to help you. Or the world gonna come to an end and then we'll go to heaven. That's another big ass lie you've been told. And anything rather than you standing up, anything rather than you being who you were made to be, you'll do that first. I want to tell you, you're packing the churches today, and you're there because you do not know God. You're listening to people in the pulpit talking scripture, don't know a damn thing about God, don't know anything more about God than you. And the bullshit that you know is the same bullshit that they teaching somebody else. They don't know a damn thing about God. When you look at the pain and suffering in the world, where that shit come from? That shit come from people who don't give a damn about God or you. Now, God's people don't give a damn about this shit and what's going on. They say it ain't going to exist. That's how you know that God exists. The bullshit is not going to exist. That's how you know God is alive. Let me say it one more time. The bullshit is not going to exist. That's how you know God is alive. When you look around and see bullshit, you say, oh God. Well, since you saw it, you saw the bullshit. Now that's a call for you to wake your ass up and maybe serve God. Stop this shit. You say, well, I can't. God ain't never said I can't. Hell, it exists because God, I can. So I just want you to know everything that's going on in America, I don't care. All you folks in the church today, all you preachers, I don't care what kind of faith you got. If you sitting there calling yourself connected to a God, you're a stinking ass lie. You're a part of the world. You're a tool of the bullshit that's happening on this world. And it continues to exist because you ain't nothing but a part of it. Now, somebody say, well, what are we supposed to do? I tell you what, it exists because it didn't quit. It made sure it existed. And if you the opposite, well, I don't see you. This stuff exists. What is the opposite? No shit. No shit exists. No bull. No messing over people. What is it? That's some paper written on a piece of paper? Or some stuff sounding in the waves lying about called child, darling, that shit sure exists. So you're talking about God is about a bunch of what you know when you go play with that money, that fake money that you be playing games with, just stuff like that. That's all it is. And I gotta talk to you the way I can express myself. I can't express myself the way you express yourself. I express myself like a joker who been through hell, a joker who recognized hell, a joker who's living in hell and knows it and know that all of us are in hell, and knowing that if you don't know you in hell and trying to is fixing this shit, you are a doer of this shit. I want you to know I'm tired of your ass running around here saying you saved. You ain't saved. I'm tired of you running around just because you got a job and you can get a little taste of money and somebody you don't have to worry about the problem that folks have. You say, I got my own. Yeah, you might have your own, but you doing all right. And you got your own problem. And that niggas like you ain't doing all right. And they got a problem. Them talking it's fuck. And somebody looking around for God. On your knees for God. Is God. They're looking at God like a goddamn lottery ticket. Is God here today? Because if you got to put a lottery ticket in God and you win, you swear God is there. Oh, God came to your rescue. You telling the world, God came to your rescue. Your rescue. Out of 300 million people, God came to your rescue. Out of 100 million people, God came to your rescue. And nobody else. Nobody else. And you walk around thinking you were blessed. Well, I'm not going to say you weren't blessed, but I'm telling you, you weren't God blessed. Because if you were God blessed, you'd use that money to do God's work. You would do that money to do God's work, not get that stuff. Ooh, I can breathe. I got my ship now. And then you got the money. Ain't nowhere in the world you're going to talk about God. Because to talk about God, really, you got to talk against the devil. And you ain't going to do that because the devil got two main tools. One is called money. This is to get you, clap you. And if you got problems with that, they got the gun, the Second Amendment, to make sure they take your ass out of here. That's the way of the world. You listen or you get your ass taken out of here. Now, they say they used to have it different in America. But Donald Trump is an expression that the people of America have devolved into animals of Satan. Animals of Satan. And I tell you this because you need to know. I wish somebody had told me. Now, I got a little bit when I was young. I heard Dr. King. I heard Malcolm X. I even heard the story of Jesus. And they were consistent with Malcolm X and Gandhi, Dr. King. They were consistent. For some strange reason, when I think about the whole world is playing a part in life, with needs and wants and desires are met, ain't suffering for nothing, food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, anything made by the hands of man. It's available to any human being on the earth that need, want, or desire. That promotes peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction, and to live your dreams. And I got to bite my tongue because somebody will kill me because I tell you the people that God has made this for you. And if you're not experiencing this, it's because the world out here have lied to you and taken control over you and manipulated you to become a stupid fool to the extent that you don't even know what's going on. You just going along. You don't know what's going on. You just going along. Because what you say? Don't rock the boat. They might kill you. You slave. And I'm talking about them the worst slaves. The slaves that know they're going to be a slave and say, I slave. And then disappoint God. And that God, that devil might raise you up. That devil might make you a Supreme Court member. That devil might even make you a part of the FBI. That devil might even make you a part of the Department of Justice. That devil just might make you a part of employment. That devil might make you a part of healthcare, the denial of it, and nothing good. But that's what the devil does. And God says, heavenly, no, that's not going. Do you know God? I don't have to say it again, but that's what I just told you. If you were listening to God, now who of you amongst you, who amongst the people in America, who among the people of the world that just heard what I just said? Now, I know you don't believe it because you believe in the devil. What I just told you is the gospel. You don't believe in that. You believe in the devil. You believe in whooping heads. You believe in abusing people. You believe in railroading people. And anytime you're showing any decency, is why you're setting them up. You're setting them up so you can stick them up. That's the way of the world. I want you to know this on Sunday. I don't want you to go to church on Sunday and come back home and talk, ooh, child, he sure brought a message today. He wrote shit. And you walk out of there, you ain't making no changes. You ain't committed to nothing. You ain't done a damn thing but the devil's work. And you sitting up there like trying to pretend like you honestly seeking something. You ain't honestly seeking nothing. You think you are. I don't want to take that from you. You think you are. You've been programmed to think that. You don't know any better. You're ignorant. And somebody said, well, why you won't talk about it when they knew, you know, they ignorant stupid? Why you won't talk about it? Because they don't know they ignorant stupid. They think they got it going on. So you tell them just like it is. Maybe it'll make them angry. And being angry, they might get a chance to think and see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just put out a video the other hours about something similar to this. And I'm surprised if you've heard it yet, because usually people don't hear the truth. And so when you paint the truth, if you tell the truth, just look at it, and you see 1, 2, 3 views, and this about 2 years down the road, you say, oh, okay, now I know you can take this out and put it over there with the truth. Because ain't nobody listening to it. Nobody want to hear that, because that does something. That bullshit, oh, man. You let a piece of bullshit hop out your mouth, and in an hour, it can have 3 or 4 million clicks, downloads, spread. You tell the truth.